You all right?
Yeah, I'm good. I feel like my skull's on fire, but I'm good.
Every action figure character has a debut. So in this new series, we're going to take a look at the debut of an action figure character. And for this first episode, we're going to look at the flaming head of Ghost Rider. Welcome back to the Junk Room, everybody. It's me, the Junkman, and I'm coming back at you right there in YouTube land. Now, I said in the intro that this was going to be a new series if this one's received well. So please hit that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, leave in the comments. Let me know if you want to do more of these. If you want to do, let me know if you want. Let me know if you want me to do more of these. Getting off to a bad start. Anyway, what we're going to look at is character's first debut as an action figure or a toy. This one we're going to talk about today. Some of you may comment that's not an action figure, but I'm going to put it in the action figure category. Of course, like I said in the opening of this video, we're going to look at Ghost Rider. And as the series go out, we'll look at other figures when they made their debut. Like maybe Governor Tarkin when he first debuted as a Star Wars action figure. And who else? Any other character we want to talk about. Before we get started that, as always, support this channel over at patreon.com. There you get some exclusive content, video early, and more. And you can always support this channel by going to thatjunkman.com and buying some cool t-shirts like this one, the Bounty Hunter t-shirt. But we got a couple of new ones that's on sale right now. We got the Quantum Leap shirt. I know you guys love to walk around in a shirt saying Quantum Leap. And if you're a fan of the Kenner Superpowers or the Superpowers television show, I think you'll like the new Justice for All shirt, where there's two designs. This one and the toy design. Couldn't make up my mind which one I like best, so they're both on the site. So let's jump into the first episode of Action Figure Origins, where we look at the first ever, at least that I could find. Some in the comments probably going to tell me it's not the first one. First one I could find out of all my research. And I spent at least 2 or 3 minutes looking all this up. So let's take a look at the very first Ghost Rider action figure. Again, some of you may classify this as a toy more than an action figure. Why did I do that? I hate when people do that. First, let's look at what Ghost Rider is. Ghost Rider is a comic book series released by Marvel in August 1972. Not to be confused with the Marvel cowboy Ghost Rider, whose name changed to Phantom Rider. Ghost Rider was Johnny Blaze, who gave his soul to Satan to save the life of his father. Now, I haven't read this first issue in a long time, but if I remember right, the Ghost Rider heads down to Georgia, where he's looking for a soul to steal. He's in a bind, he's way behind, so he's going to make a deal. I don't know, maybe he's late on a car payment or something. That's when he came across this young man named Johnny, who was playing his violin, playing it hot at that. Then Ghost Rider got on his hickory stump and said, boy, let me tell you what. Wait a minute, that's not Ghost Rider. I don't know what that is. Maybe it's Oh God, You Devil. Anyway, I'm getting off topic here. Let's get back to Ghost Rider. Now, this comic book, as I said, debuted in 1972. Very good year, if you ask me. Although the series was a success, it wasn't as well known in the 70s as the bigger heroes of Marvel, such as Spider-Man, Marvel, or even the DC superheroes like Batman and Superman. So while Mego was releasing figures based on the popular ones, another toy company had the rights to Ghost Rider. And the toy company that got the rights was Fleetwood Toys. No relations to Fleetwood Mac. They mostly released rack toys. What are rack toys? I guess not. I don't know if that's a technical name for them, but that's what I've always heard them called in the collector's market. This is kind of toys you usually find at, I guess what they called back then, dime stores, now dollar stores, like your Dollar Tree. They're usually on some kind of spinning rack, and they're really generic looking. They're really generic looking, cheap looking, and usually just on a cheap piece of cardboard with the plastic on the front. Fleetwood Toys made a lot of these. In fact, I'm probably going to do a video later this week looking at 10 great ones they did, because there's some really crazy ones out there. But they released Ghost Rider in 1978. This Ghost Rider actually came with 2 heads. So you could play with him as the Ghost Rider figure riding his bike, Or swap the heads out, and you could have him as Johnny Blaze before the skin's removed and his head's on fire. Just normal head figure. This is something that was pretty unique back then. It's not uncommon now to find action figures that come with extra hands, extra heads, or whatever. But back then, to get a figure, especially one of these cheap ones on that little rack of toys, to find one you could swap the head, it was almost like getting two action figures at once. Now there were 3 variations released. Let's take a look at those. Probably the most common of all 3 is Ghost Rider on the bike that has silver pipes. There was another one released, probably to save cost, where the bike is all red. This is the harder one to find on card. And the rarest of all 3 of these is one that's a little different. It's a clear, transparent Ghost Rider and bike. I could find very little information about this transparent one. I only could find 2 pictures. One was on an eBay auction and one was on a website talking about an eBay auction. I don't know how rare this transparent one is, but although these toys are rare altogether, this one has to be the rarest because like I said, I couldn't even hardly find many pictures of it. Now let's take a look at the figure loose. Like I said, the figure comes with 2 different heads, the human head and the skull head. And although it's a cheap plastic toy, it is very impressive for the time period it was released. It doesn't do anything special, but if you're a Ghost Rider fan or a fan of the Marvel superheroes, this will be a great one in your collection. Now, if you read Marvel comics in the 70s, you probably remember seeing ads for this and other Marvel-related Flintwood toys, but it didn't really actually show the toy, just a drawing of Ghost Rider on this motorcycle that made it look a lot better than it was. But we know from those ads that the toy's retail price was $1.99. I have to wonder if kids back then saw this in the toy ad and was really disappointed when they saw what the toy was. Now, like I said, Flintwood made a bunch of these rack toys. They even made a Fantastic Four Invisible Woman driving a car. Why Invisible Woman's driving a car, I don't know. And if she turns invisible, isn't that more attention? Seeing a car go down the road with no one driving it? They also made a set of Marvel superheroes in hot air balloons. Let me repeat that again, because you probably think I'm making this up. They made a set of Marvel action figures in hot weather balloons. But probably the craziest, the weirdest, the nuttiest of all of them have to be the Love Boat barbershop set. I'm not making that up. Love Boat barbershop set. I don't even remember seeing a barbershop on the Love Boat. They did a lot of crazy stuff, and like I said, hopefully later this week we're going to do a video looking at some more toys they did. Now, what if you want to add this to your collection today? Is it rare? Is it worth a lot of money? Maybe you have one sitting around. Well, being that these were released on generic cards, now I didn't show the back of the card because all you have to do is go find a cardboard box in your house, look at it, and you'll know what the back of this box looks like. There's nothing at all written on the back of the card. Being that these were so cheap, and it's been almost 50 years, it's hard to find one with the bubbles still on it, because most likely, unless it was taken really good care of, the bubbles falling off the card. But they do come up. I only could find one on eBay right now. The asking price was $2,600, but that's asking price. So I checked to see if any sold in the last couple of months, and I only could find 2. One loose with the card sold for $150. That was the one with the silver paint. I did find one that was all red on card that sold for $240. And as for the transparent one, I could find no listing on eBay for one that sold or anything. That one seems to be extremely rare. So I think you can pick up one of these bikes if you want it loose for maybe $150, somewhere around there depending on the condition. Well, that's a look at the first official Ghost Rider action figure. Let me know what you think about this series. Would you like to see other series where I talk about where action figures made their debut? Now, always thumb up this video, support the channel, and subscribe to the channel. And in the comments, let me know. Did you have this Ghost Rider? Did you know about it? If not, do you want it now? Do you like it? And until the next video, you know we're going to talk again.
Thank you, sir, for that unsolicited testimony.